The Potomac Flotilla, or the Potomac Squadron, was a unit of the United States Navy created in the early days of the American Civil War to secure Union communications in the Chesapeake Bay, the Potomac River and the tributaries, and to disrupt Confederate communications and shipping in the same. History. American Civil War. On April 22, 1861, Commander James H. Ward, who was the commander of the receiving ship US North Carolina at the New York Navy Yard, wrote to Secretary of the Navy Gideon Welles to put forth a plan for the protection of the Chesapeake Bay area. Ward suggested a flying flotilla of light draft vessels to operate in the Chesapeake and its tributaries. His commander, Captain Samuel L. Breeze, commandant of the New York Navy Yard, endorsed his plan. Welles accepted this proposal and wrote back to Welles and Breeze on April 27, 1861, authorizing them to begin carrying out Ward's plan. On May 1, 1861, the first vessels for the new flotilla were acquired. On May 16, 1861, Ward set out from the New York Navy Yard with 3 vessels, the Thomas Freeborn, Reliance and Resolute. He arrived at the Washington Navy Yard on May 20, 1861, on board his flagship, the Thomas Freeborn. On June 27, 1861, Ward's flotilla engaged the Confederates at Mathias Point, Virginia. While he was sighting the bow gun of the Thomas Freeborn, Ward was shot through the abdomen and died within an hour due to internal hemorrhaging. He was the first United States naval officer to be killed during the war. After the death of Ward, the flotilla was led by a succession of short-term commanders until the fall of 1862, when Commodore Andrew A. Harwood took command. He was in turn succeeded by Commander Foxhall A. Parker on December 31, 1864. On July 18, 1865, the Navy Department ordered Parker to disband the flotilla on July 31, 1865. Most of the flotilla's remaining vessels were sent to the Washington Navy Yard to be decommissioned. Name of the flotilla. It wasn't until August 1861 that the flotilla became known as the Potomac Flotilla. The designation of flying flotilla was dropped when Ward's force arrived in the theater of operations. The flotilla was then referred to by a variety of names, including Flotilla, Potomac River, Potomac Blockade, Flotilla in the Chesapeake, etc. In early August 1861, the flotilla commander and the Navy Department began to consistently refer to the command as the Potomac Flotilla. Operations capture of ships of the squadron. When Commander James H. Ward departed from New York Navy Yard on May 16, 1861, his flotilla consisted of 3 vessels. The strength of the flotilla would be steadily increased until it reached a strength that hovered between 15 and 25 vessels. Commanders.